What is going on, guys and girls? It is GhostRobo, or should I say, what is going on, true fans? Because this video, once again, is aimed at you. It's been a week since we spoke, a week since I made the video, basically just letting you know what was going on in my mind, daydreaming about the future of GhostRobo, and asking for your input, your thoughts, your feedback. Now, this video will sort of serve as the follow-up, the answers video, the culmination of all the ideas and thoughts, and man, there was a lot of feedback. I thought there would be some emails and a bunch of comments, but the first night there was like 20 emails, and I was like, wow, people really care a lot, and they're into this whole giving feedback thing. By the next night there was about 300 emails, and in total it probably came close to 700, which is out of this world, totally blew my expectations out of the water. Now, I read every single one in its entirety. Every one, like I promised. All of them. And it was so good and cool. I appreciate it so much. I can't even tell you how much I appreciate every single email, no matter if it was 2 lines long or 25 lines long or even 75 lines long. They all were really valuable and really awesome. And I super thank you for taking the time, if you did, to message me. Now, I'll be honest and say I didn't get through all the comments. There's over 3,000, and they're a little bit more difficult to parse through, so I still have some work to do there, but I did read every single email, and I compiled it all in my head. I even made paper lists on the back of old receipts, and gathered the stuff, because there were threads, there were commonalities, there were themes, there were a lot of things that people seemed to glom onto, and shared opinions, which was great. There were some unique ones too, but a lot of shared ones, which I don't know that surprised me. I think what surprised me more than anything was the variety of people that had similar thoughts. Now, this was the coolest part, I think. The variety of fans is just outstanding and astounding at the same time. We've got people from all over the world of all different ages. I remember an email from a 57-year-old fan. There's emails from 9-year-old fans, 30-year-old fans, people from the UK, people from Iran, people from America, people from Australia. It's crazy. People with kids, people who are kids. Like, I was blown away by the reach of the GhostRoboArmy and how many different kinds of people it includes. And that's really it's a really eye-opening thing for me, because I've always wanted to appeal to a really broad scope of people. Whether you are, the younger brother of a big gamer and you want to get in on the action too, whether you're the parent of kids and you don't have time to game and you just want to enjoy it. I've wanted to speak to both groups, and I feel like I am, and that's really awesome. Now, there were some criticisms. There definitely were. Some people said they didn't like my voice. Some people thought I didn't upload enough, but for the most part, you guys, man, you flattered the heck out of me, and I appreciate it again so much. It's awesome to know that what you set out to do, you're doing, and even though my numbers might not be what they should be, or where my aspirations are, what I've set out to do, at least thematically, at least broad scope, I've accomplished, at least so far. And that is like the greatest feeling in the world. I had a great week. I had a great week because I knew that what I've wanted to be doing this whole time, I've been doing. And like, sometimes you get so caught up in the moment, you get so caught up in the little intricacies of things, the details, the stuff that doesn't matter, that you miss the broad scope. And a lot of these fans that wrote me, a lot of you, I feel are not always represented in the comments. Sometimes the comments are full of people who are like, rah, 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 rah. Sometimes they're full of people who are like, oh my god, best game ever. But the scope of these messages, I've never realized that scope or those voices fully before, and that was beautiful. Now, let's get on to some nitty-gritty, some good stuff, some hearty material here. My dog wants to eat the instruction manual for the shelf, which came along nicely since last week, by the way. I don't know if you are as happy with it as I am, but it makes me happy to look at every single time I see it, which is a good thing. Let's go over some things. I tried to compile a list of the 10 most discussed themes, the 10 most talked about things about the channel. I ended up coming out with a list of 11, I think, because 10 was too small. So the main one that I don't even know if I have on this list, because it's so overpoweringly number one thing, is that my positivity and enthusiasm is infectious, and you guys love that. And that's something that I don't even think about, really. It's natural. And luckily, I will keep doing that because it is natural, because I don't really even think about it. I get in front of that microphone, and like, no matter if I'm having a bad day, no matter if I'm having a tired day, no matter if I don't know, no matter if the freaking food I just ate didn't taste as good as I hoped, no matter if Jake is grouchy in the background, like, you guys make me want to be my absolute best, and I don't even really control it. It happens, and it's awesome, because it's the true me. It's really who I am and who I want to be, and so that's great. So I'm so glad that you guys like the positivity, like the enthusiasm, like the fun. Another thing that a lot of people really commented on was that they loved that I don't use profanity, and that's another thing that I made a conscious, well, I guess this is a thing I made a conscious choice on from the beginning, that I wasn't going to do that. The positivity and fun and enthusiasm, just me. That's just my personality. But the profanity thing, I specifically chose, you know what? I want to have a channel that is okay for people who are 25 and for people who are 5. It's okay for people who are 55, and it's okay for friends to watch together, for parents and kids. And I was really impressed that there's some parents that watch my channel with their kids. Like, holy crap, you make me feel like a rock star. And I know I'm not one, but it's a really good feeling. And sometimes the most views isn't necessarily the most impacting content, and I learned that from you guys right now. I really learned that this week, that maybe my video doesn't hit the top of search, but to some people it's like the most important video out there, and that's really, really grand and really great, and just empowers me and motivates me to do everything and anything. So those were two very big things that almost everyone mentioned. I was surprised too, because you know, the swearing thing, I didn't know if it would go over well when I started. And I mean, I'm not going to stop it, but there were times where I considered maybe I should just expand my vocabulary. I didn't want to, but I was like, you know, everybody else does it. And then I was like, nah, this is my thing. This is what I want to do. And it is true. It's amazing that, like, I don't really know many other gamers, if any, that kind of follow by that code. And so I'm proud of that as well. But there's some more specific things, and these are going to start going into improvements and critiques and things like that. So one of the things was that people said they don't want the walkthroughs to stop, and that's true. That's not going to happen. There's no way that the walkthroughs will stop. I know a lot of people came to the channel for that, found the channel because of that, enjoy that so much, and no matter what alterations I make, that's not going to go away. That was never the goal. That was never the intention. Some people were like, you're stopping gaming? No, that never was the intention. I'm not getting rid of that at all. So the walkthroughs will not stop. Another one was that people really love the vlogs, the funny stuff, and maybe even want more of a frequent, bi-weekly, daily even update like that. You guys like hearing about my life. You like hearing about fun things. And it's really weird to be a YouTuber. It's really weird to make videos, because sometimes things that I find insignificant, like, you guys really enjoy. And so that's, like, hard. It's hard to know. Like, so many people said that they really like when I, like, open up, like, these fun little toys, or when I show my apartment or my setup, or just talk about my day or how my dog's doing. And it's hard to know if you guys like that. And now I know that. Now I know that that's really a valuable thing, and that I got a sense from a lot of people that you almost enjoy me being me than me being behind a game. And so I'm going to start incorporating more things that are me sharing the awesome world that we live in with you, and me sharing sort of my crazy brain with you, which is like the fun stuff I think up or dream up or do, or just the way I explore the world, and I want to share that with you and bring you into that. So that was great feedback as well. Another piece of feedback that people gave me was that the discussion videos that I enjoy doing are cool. And I was surprised at how many of you said, like, you enjoy the intelligent, thought-out commentary. You enjoy when I talk about Nintendo dying or Xbox versus PS4, that you really respect my opinion. And I thank you so much for that. Like, the fact that you put your trust in me for anything, whether it's as small as should you rent this game, or what system you should buy, or where you should move if I ever get the heck out of the Midwest. That's important, and that's really, really grand. Again, I'm using the same words, but it's because you guys just, it was really touching. So that is good. And I wanted to address something that a few people asked, which is that, like, none of my videos are ever scripted. Sometimes I think in my head what I want to say, and sometimes I'll do like 10 takes because I didn't say the intro right, but nothing is ever scripted. I try to do scripted videos back in the very first opening months of my channel, like very first opening months, and it didn't fit me. I got really stressed and frustrated. I was like always trying to like stay on the script, and then like the video would be going and be like, and it drove me crazy. So nothing is scripted. It's all like off the cuff improv basically, which is it's the way I like to roll. Another piece of info, and these again are kind of all over the board, is that people love the emotional games. They love the story-driven games. They love the games where I can really associate with characters and get into it. And I agree. Like, those are my favorite walkthroughs. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a deep story, but just a world that has a lot in it. Like Dark Souls doesn't really have the most, you know, it's not like it has the most talky cutscenes or the most definable characters, but it has like this big world that we can kind of explore together. And I think emotional is one word to describe these games, but also exploratory. Like, if you think about The Last of Us, L.A. Noire, these games are very exploratory. Maybe they're not true open world games, but they have a lot of detail within the world that allows me to sort of pick out fun things and really get attached to places, people, elements of the game that maybe aren't just, you know, left trigger, right trigger, which I agree. The hard part is those games are kind of rare. The BioShocks, the Last of Us, the Dark Souls, the L.A. Noire, like, I can count on two hands the number of those games in the last 2 years, which is kind of sad, and maybe a statement on the gaming industry, but that's a video for another day. But I agree with you. Those are my favorite series to do, and I wish I could do more of them. And some people said, like, be more strict with yourself and don't do the games that you don't think would fit so well. That's so hard for me. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really hard for me. My eyes are much bigger than my plate. I like get excited and I want to bring you everything. I love games. There's no way I could just be like a Minecraft channel or a Call of Duty channel or a Mario channel, anything, because I have such a breadth of interest that I would be neglecting parts of myself and neglecting showing you cool things that maybe you didn't think about. So many people said, like, I introduced them to games or even whole genres that they never would have invested in previously. But the negative side of that is I know that I sometimes bite off more than I can chew, and this is the part of the video where I want to really apologize. There were a lot of people that were really, really upset that I didn't finish certain series. And I guess I never, because I don't watch my own videos, I guess I didn't realize that people get very attached to series and then feel very let down and gutted, almost like a TV show got canceled when it ends. And so I'm sorry that I wasn't aware of that impact, and I'm sorry that I bit off more than I could chew a number of times, and I'm sorry that I didn't let you know. Like, people just wanted to know, and I guess I thought that would make things worse, but it probably would have made things better. I'm really going to work on that this year and for the future, that if I start something, it's either going to be labeled as a, you know, or said like, hey, I'm just checking this out, I don't know, or I'm going to finish it, because I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to let you down. I don't want to be inconsistent like that, and I'm really sorry. That was the most popular negative comment, and I don't think of it as an insult at all. I think of it as a very good constructive criticism that needed to be said, and so thank you for making me very hyper aware of that. People wanted more small fun games, like things on PC, indie titles, things that maybe they don't know about, and I guess, you know, it doesn't always have to be a $60 game. Not everyone can go out and afford a new $60 game every week. So fun things that you could enjoy too, or that you could download too, or that I could, you know, direct your interest in is a good idea and cool. And sort of grouped in with that was like more retro stuff, more things from the past, more things that like, hey, I think this is really fun and I'd like to share it with you. Which kind of brings up another issue, which is that sometimes the numbers don't really indicate the love. That sounds way, way, way like, whoo, airy-fairy, but basically what I mean is, like, just because a game gets a lot of views doesn't necessarily mean it's the most important thing for me to do or the most loved by my fans. And let me tell you, it's tricky because as a creative person, as the person making the videos, like, when I see the views, 100 views is 100 views is 100 views. Like, I don't know who those views are coming from. I don't know like, hey, this is so valuable to us, versus this is just like, we just want to check it out because it's a big name. So my advice to you is use the power of the like button and the comments box to let me know that something is important to you. Because if 2 videos get 10,000 views, I have no way of knowing if my most loyalist fans watched that video or if just the most random people found it in search. I have no way of knowing that. So the best way to let me know that like this is important is like leaving a comment talking about it or hitting the like button. And I know people are like, likes, blah, why does everyone ask for them? It's a way for you to be visible, I guess. If you'd like to be visible, if you want to have me know that it's important to you, that's the best way for you to show that. Another thing I learned throughout this process is that I have a lot of #1 fans. A lot, like at least 100, which is pretty awesome. So many people were so sure that they're the biggest fan, and I'm sure all of you are. I don't think there's not one person that like is like better than anybody else. I think if you feel yourself a big fan, then like congrats to you. That's awesome, and I appreciate you super much. But it was so cool to see like so many people be like, I'm the biggest fan of all. Let's get through this list. Interestingly enough, a lot of people wanted face cam. Ooh, face cam. I didn't know that that would be a popular thing. This one surprised the heck out of me. The fact that a lot of people wanted face cam was interesting. You know, it was really. I did it a little bit before. It's trickier to record, but almost everybody said that they wanted it, and so I will definitely look to implement that. I don't have a specific video like, hey, I'm going to bring it back here, but I'm going to get the equipment I need and the lighting I need to make it work better and look good. So that'll be coming. People mentioned also like setting up better environments for vlogs, which I'm working on as well. You know, I'm bringing John C. Reilly and other people along to assist in the process of building cool shelves and posters and things behind me to make the backgrounds more appealing to you guys, and kind of just add a little extra flair to the videos. But Facecam was one that surprised me, and if you guys really feel strongly about it, then I'm more than happy to include that. I have sometimes really funny faces, and sometimes really sad faces. Sometimes I'm kind of shocked because like I record on a plasma TV, which is pretty reflective, and sometimes I can see my face and I'm like, what are you doing? So I might be a little bit nervous sometimes, but it'll be fine. I feel super comfortable with all you guys. Another one was streaming. So many people have requested streaming, and in general, just fan interaction. And I try my hardest to really do good with fan interaction. I reply a lot on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, that's like the best place to interact with me right now. Twitter.com/GhostRobo. I'm on there like 24/7. But streaming is a great idea, and I want to get Twitch stuff going. I have a Twitch TV partnership. I'm in their program, and so I just need to get it set up and get my eggs in the basket of streaming so I can get that going. Streaming's on PS4, streaming's on Xbox One as of March 11th, so it's a no-brainer. That'll be coming in the near future. But fan interaction, like game sessions, question-and-answer videos, shout-outs, stuff like that, those are really important ideas. And I really want to do my best to honor and thank and involve you guys as best I can. And so I'm definitely going to look to implement those kinds of things along the way. I think Q&A videos are a great starting point. I think also, you know, highlighting good comments or highlighting things that were of value is important. And I want you to realize that all this stuff is going to take extra effort on my part, right? The easiest thing to do is sit down, make a video, pop it out, and upload it. But I'm like, as I told you, I'm ready to like up it, right? So this is all great. It's all good, and more work, yes. Let's see. I can't believe I haven't mentioned this one. I think it's the 11th on my list. Is it? Let's see. No, yeah. Well, there's 2 more. Let's get the small one out of the way, which is schedule for series. A lot of people mentioned that, like, hey, you know, a bi-weekly thing, or like a retro Friday, or a fan Friday. A lot of people wanted polls, like, hey, what game should I play next? Pick out of these 5 options. Get the fans involved. Again, that's like part of the last one as well. But this was more related to like being organized and saying, hey, okay, you know, here's 5 games I'm interested in playing for sort of you know, obviously, the main game, Destiny, came out, so blah, blah, blah. But out of these 5 games, what else would you like to see? Because balance is going to become important here. I'm one man, and I'm looking to add to my operation, but I still have a limit to what I can do. And it's counterproductive and crazy to like upload 15 videos a day. So I'm going to have to find a balance, and that might take some time in terms of like, do I do 2 walkthroughs at a time? and the rest just one-off stuff, one walkthrough at a time. But I'll figure that out, and then just set things like, hey, every Thursday we do this, or, you know, Fan Friday, or I'm going to sneeze, and like, that was weird. You were part of that moment, which is one of the weirdest sneezes I've ever had, so write it down, March 1st. Okay. Totally lost my train of thought, but what I was saying was getting on schedule is a good thing, and I plan on doing that. Maybe not like the first of the month we do this, and the third of the month, and the fifth of the month, and this. That's kind of crazy to have like 30 days of Robo, but I'm going to try my best to have some series that are established, like, hey, come on Saturday, you'll find this. The last one that is possibly the biggest one, this is like the first thing I wrote down. I don't know why I'm talking about it last. I hope a lot of you are still watching. I know this is a long video. More things with my family and friends. I was again blown away by how much you guys enjoyed the videos with my brothers, with my girlfriend, even with some of the other commentators I've done. Blown away. I didn't know it meant that much to you. I didn't know it was that fun. Sometimes when you record with other people, you're like, they didn't do what I wanted them to do. They didn't whatever. But it's sort of the organic nature of it that makes it fun and funny. Like, I don't mean organic like you guys did say you love taste tests as well, which there'll be more of those, but the organic nature of like how Jake interacts with me. He doesn't have the same personality. How Rosa interacts with me. She doesn't have the same personality. Noah. Maybe my parents getting involved, or friends. Like, that dynamic you guys really enjoyed, and I enjoy it so much too, and so it's going to become a regular thing. I think that covers everything of the main points. You know, there's plenty of other interesting ideas as well. I don't mean to neglect yours. If you're like, well, why didn't you talk about mine? I read them all. I just wanted to sort of give you guys the most common, most prevalent, the biggest ones. There were plenty of other small ideas, small and big ideas that were in small numbers that I really took to heart and I'm going to be incorporating. Now, let's talk about that incorporating process. This is something I really want to do. I really want to evolve GhostRobo so that 2014 is a memorable year and one that we say, hey, wow, you really stepped your game up. This is a much better channel than it started the year as. Like, that would be awesome to me. And I know so many of you said, like, you love it how it is, you're doing great, thank you. I appreciate it. I now know that I am doing really great, more than I've ever known before. I just want to do greater. So I'm going to be implementing this stuff. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen gradually. I can't just all of a sudden completely rewrite the way I do things. That's just not possible. I don't even know exactly how all of this factors in. And like I said, balance is tricky, and I don't know how to achieve that at this point. But I'm committed to figuring it out. And so you will start seeing, over time, things be implemented. My goal is that there will be a noticeable difference when the weather starts getting warmer. So take that for what it is. But this month, March, is very packed with games. So I'm not going to be able to make a bunch of changes right off the bat. There's a lot of big stuff I want to cover, a lot of things I already have planned, a lot of things that are already set in stone. And so I will be incorporating some things. I've been for the first time ever thinking of ideas for like funny videos, more like unique stuff with my brother, skit type things, just creative ideas that I had that I didn't think you guys would care to see. So that's good. The ball is already rolling. The car is already revving up. I just want to let you know that it's not like, wake up tomorrow, the new GhostRobo, and if you don't see it, you're sad, because it's not like that. I'm thinking this is going to be a gradual process over the next couple of months, and I'm hoping by the summertime that we will have a new pattern, a new schedule, a new look for the channel, and then that will evolve as well. This is never going to sit still. I cannot sit still. I don't know if you noticed that, but I'm not the kind of person that just sits back on my laurels and waits or does the same thing over and over again. I've done that far too much already, and I want to get active and going and excited and really innovative. I want to be an innovator. I really do. And so I want to create a new kind of hybrid channel that didn't seem possible before. It's a daunting task to say, hey, I'm going to take a gaming channel and evolve that to include more vlog type stuff, more fun type stuff, more fan interaction. Like, it's a big undertaking, and one that I'm excited and ready to take, and I want to take it with you guys. I'm glad that you have inspired me to want to do this, and now it's just putting it all into motion, which will take time. I want to reiterate that because some people will be like, you didn't change anything, but it's going to take a little time. the other thing was so many people were like, we want to see your interests. We want to see your books that you like and movies that you like and board games. Sweet, do you really? Because that would be awesome. I love talking about that stuff in real life, and I would love to talk about it in real life with you guys. And I want to let you know that I am as genuine as you think I am. A lot of people commented that they loved how real I was, that they loved how natural it seemed. This is me. This is me in my office room talking to you at 10:57 at night. And I'm wearing a hat because I got out of the shower and I didn't want to put gel in my hair because I don't like having it when I go to bed, and I'm going to go to bed soon. And so I left my hair messy, and it makes me a little bit uncomfortable because I feel like I look like a baby, so I put the hat on. And like I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to be me, and I'm going to be Zach, and I'm going to be Ghost Robo through and through. There will never be a time where I'm fake or I'm phony or I'm a mask, a personality. I have personality, but I'm not a personality. I'm me, and I would rather be that than anything else. So that's what you're getting, and I'm glad that you guys recognize it because it's the truth. So exciting. Almost everything that I want to do, you guys said, like, do it, do it, do it. You like were excited about it and enjoy it as well, and that's really epic. I think that about covers it. This video is way longer than I thought, but there was a lot of material to go through, a lot of stuff, a lot of important, cool stuff. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need and want to talk about. What do you think? Did I cover it all? Did I do a pretty good job? Thanks again. Like, your feedback is almost miraculous in a way. The fact that I can have that feedback is brilliant, because without it, I wouldn't know. Like, there's so much I learned and so much I didn't know. I even told my parents, I'm like, did you know that people love when I do vlogs? I didn't think they did, because again, sometimes you just look strictly at numbers. You're like, people didn't like my vlog, but really, maybe the 15,000 people that watched the vlog, maybe they were your most hardcore fans, and maybe they loved it the most. And so I want to do things that are going to fulfill my own desires and ambitions, and also please the heck out of you. It's a mutual thing. It doesn't have to be, either or. It's not like, oh, I either do what the fans want or I do what I want. Because what I found out is a lot of the things, almost all of them, all match up. And the things that people were critical of, I appreciate that too. I really do. It helps me to learn, it helps me to grow, and it helps me improve. And I'm sure that we'll do another one of these videos in the future. I don't know. Maybe it's in 6 months. Maybe it's in 3 years. I don't really know. But I have great ideas and a great direction for where I want stuff to go. The other thing I learned from this process is I think at some point in my life I want to make at least a game. And I don't mean like, oh, make a game in C++ or make a game on Flash. I mean like make a game. Because, not to like get into it, but I see so much that could be done that isn't being done. And I would like to be the one to do that in the gaming space. Anyways, guys and girls, thank you so much. You're the best dang fans ever, and thank you for helping me realize that we have cultivated an incredible environment. Everything I wanted to do, everything that I wanted GhostRobo to stand for, it's doing, and that's just, it's beautiful, and I love you guys for helping me to see that and realize that. I wanted to make people smile. I wanted to create a fun environment for everyone. I wanted to improve people's day. I wanted to bring you the most fun, awesome, excited gaming content I could. And now I just want to make it all better. I want to make it even greater, and I want to expand and surprise myself and surprise you. And that's what we're going to do. So glad that I'm able to impact people and help your day. Countless people said that I'm the bright spot of their day. My videos help them get through the day. My humor helps them feel better. And I may just be one person, but thank you for helping me realize that I'm making a difference for a lot of you. And I know they're just videos. I know this is just a silly ghost trying to have fun with a bunch of other fans on the internet. But I'm glad to know that it's a little bit bigger than that, you know? It's a little bit bigger than that, and I appreciate your part in that. So thank you so much. Thanks for the feedback, everybody, each and every one of you. Mwah. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Have a great day. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you think about this, if you're excited, if you're pissed, if I didn't say your thing, or I don't know. I try to cover as much as I can, and now I'm rambling. So we're going to get out of here. Guys and girls, have a fantastic day. Drink some hot chocolate. Until next time, we will see you all